Welcome, welcome! It's Mud Dog with the TexasSpaceNavy bringing you another Star Citizen video. In today's video, I thought we would talk a little bit more about the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo and the new ships that are going to be there. Now, Star Citizen Leaks, the channel, both YouTube and Discord, have actually done a little bit of work on collecting some information. Now, they're not always accurate, but you know, they provide something that a bunch of channels out there don't, and that's a healthy amount of speculation. And a lot of their speculation is based on some pretty interesting facts. So whether or not they get it right, you can always have a little fun with what they have to say, at least on the speculation side. Now, there are, you know, some things you want to take with a grain of salt, but that goes with any channel, including mine. So definitely do your own research, but I do like some of the speculation that they have, and I think that they could be pretty darn spot on for their speculation for the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. So this video, by the way, the backdrop is me fighting in a 125A against some different outlaws around Hurston. You can make some good money doing this, and I might do a video in the future on, you know, how much money you're going to make over a period of time doing some of these missions. It can definitely be good for the bank account, but you may not want to be in a 125A doing it. You could certainly can. I would definitely suggest gimbaled weapons over the fixed weapons I'm using. It would just make life a little easier. But let's get back to what the video is really about. So in case you don't know, maybe you've been living under a rock, or maybe you just got into the game, you just don't know. The Intergalactic Aerospace Expo is a big sales event that they do every year. Originally, it was just kind of like a presentation or a pre-sale to the Christmas sale, but they've decided to start incorporating them together. So now you actually have Intergalactic Aerospace Expo with the anniversary sale. What can you expect at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo? Well, it's usually anywhere between 9 and 12 days long, and on each day you have different manufacturers that are going to be showcased on the showroom floor. Sometimes it's one manufacturer, sometimes it's 2 or 3, and this year's no different. The schedule I have up in a different video, so definitely check that out if you want to know what's going on and what day for the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. It starts on November 20th, and it's going to go through, I think, December 2nd? Something along those lines. Lots of stuff to see there, and any of the flyable ships that they show you on the showroom floor are going to be available for you to rent and fly for free. So definitely check those out. There may be a ship that you have kind of been interested in, but you wanted to see what it flew like, or you'd like to know what it flies like before purchasing. You can definitely use that opportunity during the IAE to do that. I highly recommend you do that. That way you know if you really like the ship or not. Some ships will grow on you. I mean, the Drake series of ships have kind of grown on me. I wasn't a real big fan of them until the Kraken came out, and then I just started falling in love with all their ships, except for maybe the Herald. Not my favorite. Anyways, you know, so it's a great opportunity for you to test out some of the ships, see them in person if you've never seen one of them, and then you can kind of see some exotic ships like maybe the F-8 Lightning. We saw it a couple years back, and it's expected to be on the showroom floor again this time, as well as the F-7A, the military version of the Hornet. Both of those could be on show. I'm going to, I guess, take a wild guess here, and maybe we'll see an Idris. We saw one, I think, 3 years ago, and I'm hoping we get to see another one this year, up close and personal. Maybe we'll actually get to walk through it. That would be really nice, but I have my doubts on that one. Anyways, I do hope we see an Idris and maybe even a Javelin again. We've got to see both at the Fleet Week back in May, but we didn't really get to tour around them. We literally got to tour around them because you couldn't enter the ships. They didn't really have interiors for us to go in. We tried, so hopefully we'll get to see some of that at the IAE, and we know in 312 we're going to actually get to fight an Idris if you have a high enough crime stat, and there's a group of you to take one on. So much fun there. So yeah, you have different ships on different days. They're all going on sale. Then you're also going to have some concept ships that'll go on sale. Some of those will be in the holo viewers like we saw during Fleet Week. So expect to see a few of those that, you know, might pique your interest. Maybe we'll see the Redeemer again. Maybe we'll see the Hercules, though I was really hoping to have the Hercules go up for sale, or at least, you know, be on the showroom floor this year. I don't know that it's going to be ready. We'll probably have to wait until Q1 of next year before that Hercules to be released. But I'm looking forward to that ship. I know a lot of people are. It's a really nice size ship, and it has a lot of capability. So definitely one I wish I could see. Now, we also, 3 years ago, I think it was, we saw the Kraken, and we only got to see it from afar. It was parked at the spaceport in Hurston, so I don't think we're going to see that outer hull again, but that would be a nice little surprise as well. And they always have ships that go on sale during the IAE that we've never seen before. There's been a lot of speculation over the last few months what those ships will be. Some of them have been pretty on target from the Star Citizen Leaks channel, and that would be the first one, which is from Consolidated Outland. It's going to be called the Nomad. And what is the Nomad? Well, they are placing their bets on a refinery ship. And why are they saying a refinery ship? It's just all sorts of reasons. But this ship is going to be reasonably priced for a starter ship that actually has a job like refining. So this one might be one you want to pick up. It might not be. Keep in mind that this ship is going to rely heavily on other ships for it to even have a function. So if you don't have anybody around you that's doing some mining, like, you know, a prospector or a mole, or maybe even a vulture or something that's able to capture some kind of gas that you might be able to refine into fuel. I don't know if it's going to have the capability to do that, but you know, I'm speculating here. Maybe it's going to have the capability of doing all kinds of refining. So you will be heavily reliant on other ships in order for you to even have a place in the verse. Keep that in mind before you buy the ship. Now, they're talking about it being about $70 US war bond. So war bond means that you're putting actual cash into the game. You're not using any credits from melting down another ship. It's all pure hard cash. You also will get LTI when you do that on a first concept ship. So expect there to be some LTI involved with it as well. Awesome. Glad to hear it. So then we also have $80 for credit. So if you're using store credit, you'll get that ship at about $80. And then if you want the War Bond starter pack, it'll be at $85. I would imagine $95 for credit. So something to expect there. They also did talk about a possible second skin, which would be called the Black Widow skin. I don't know, you know, much else about that, but could be interesting. I know RSI was supposed to have a fighter type that was called the Black Widow as well. Will that be something that comes in the game later? I don't know, especially if they have like a skin called Black Widow for this one. I don't think they would put a fighter called that, but you never know. So yeah, Nomad could be a really good starter ship if you have some buddies that are a bunch of miners and stuff. So definitely something to keep in mind, and that'll be available on day one. Now, the next thing you can expect is the one from RSI. There was a lot of speculation about this one way back in like August, I think. They were calling it the Orion. Then they decided they were calling it the Gunboat. Now the ship has a new name, the Perseus. And if you remember Perseus from myth and legend, Perseus, or the Clash of the Titans, if you watch that movie, Perseus was a slayer of monsters. He was he had some gifts from the gods to help him along the way, but he was able to take out the Medusa, you know, the lady with the snake heads, snake hair, all the little snakes that were really her hair. If she looked at you, she would turn you to stone. He was able to take her out, chop her head off, and use the head to slay the feared Kraken. So that brings to mind the Kraken in Star Citizen, one of the cooler ships, ever concepted. one of the best commercials, the best commercial, if you ask me, ever done by CIG. Is this thing designed to blow away the Kraken? Well, speculation says it is a cap ship killer. What does that mean? Well, this thing is supposedly a broadside fighter, so it's going to have multiple big guns on each side of the ship, and he just runs up the side and blows the hell out of everybody. So what guns is this thing going to contain? Now, this is something I'm going to ask you. What do you think? What size guns? Are they going to be size 7s, size 8s, size 10s? My bet is on size 7s or size 8s, and the only reason why is because, well, there's multiple reasons. Size 10 is the size of the Idris spinal mount. No way this thing is going to be that big, especially for the price tag that they're asking. It's going to be more along the lines, somewhere in between the Polaris and Hammerhead in size. So it's definitely not going to have size 10s. I could definitely see size 7s. As we know, size 7s are what's going to be on the Ares, the Ion, that space fighter from Crusader. It's going to have one gun, and it's going to be a size 7, whether you get the Inferno or the Ion. So, yeah, I mean, size 7 sounds reasonable. Size 8, probably even get away with size 8s there. I don't know about the size 10s. We know the size 7s will affect capital ships. You're probably not going to solo one with one size 7. But if you have a bunch of them and you're able to get repeated shots down range, it could do some devastating damage. So that's kind of what we're expecting from the Perseus. They are going to sell this ship probably about $600 US for war bond and $675 for credit. So you're gonna have to have some deep pockets to get this thing, or you're gonna have to have some good credits. So what are you selling? Are you selling your Nautilus to get it? Have some money left over? Could happen. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this ship. Is it going to be flyable in game like the Nomad probably is? We don't know. This one may be something that's far along in production, but isn't quite ready for the big show. So we'll have to wait and see. Something to look forward to for sure. Now, they usually have something else, maybe, that comes up that we just absolutely have no clue about. They hold it close to the vest. I don't know what that's going to be, if it's going to be. That's just some healthy speculation, which we will get into in a future video. Also, expect the Mercury Star Runner to be on sale, and it might go for about $225. We'll have to see on that one. That could be war bond, but I doubt it'll be LTI since it's already been concepted. So, but usually the IAE, the anniversary sale, will have 120 months insurance. So don't worry about the insurance, guys. You're going to get plenty with whatever you buy, at least on war bond. Now, they may only do 6 months on credit, so keep that in mind. What else? Well, that was about all that they covered on the Star Citizen Leaks video, and I think that's been a healthy amount of speculation. What do you guys think down below? Let me know. If you guys are interested in sponsoring the channel, supporting the channel, you can do that by becoming a Patreon or YouTube member. That information is going to be in the description as well. And if you're looking for a fun org to join, a lot of active people that love to help each other out and have a good time. My org is Texas. That information is in the description as well. With that, I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy, and I'll see you out in the verse.